and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OSC as we've returned. We've returned with the lower semifinals. We've returned here as a Rogue is waiting the grand finals for the winner of this series. Is going to be a ZVT finals, but which Terran? As spawning in the bottom left hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. We're proxying, by the way, as a Rex. Spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid, going for a proxy 2-Rex Reaper. It is Cure. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we pop off with the initial proxy 2-Rex. Here we go. Now we have ByuN opening up. Likewise, Cure is being hyper aggressive. Now this is not an all-in, but this can end the game. This can end the game if ByuN opens economically. Now what are we referring to? One gas. Single gas opener. ByuN, what's he going for? Racks expand. Economic opener out of ByuN. This is ideal for Cure. Now if ByuN had blindly gone double gas, what does that mean? That means a faster factory, that means a faster Hellion, that means an easy hold for ByuN. But this is a bit of a rock paper scissors moment where ByuN is going for a faster command center. Now this does not mean that ByuN loses, but it does mean that he can. Like the thing here is now it is possible for Cure to overwhelm and for Cure to just end the game. Now ByuN, he has to be careful. If he loses the first Reaper, that's it. It's over. Like ByuN, he cannot lose the first Reaper. He has to pull the boys. He has to pull the boys to protect the Reaper, to buy time for additional Reapers, for additional production. It's going to be a very intense moment here for ByuN. We'll see if he can pull this off. Likewise, we'll see if Cure can catch that Reaper. As ByuN is rallied. He's rallied to the proxy location. Okay, so he's going to be scouting. So he does move out to scout. We'll see how quickly our players do respond. As ByuN, he pokes in. Yep, he sees. He does. Oh, that was a quick reaction. That was a very... did notice? No. He must have seen the Reaper though. Yeah, he must have. The Reapers, they do dive into the main. SCV's gonna be going down. The factory's gonna be delayed. The Reaper is pounced upon. No, he gets stuck. No, the Reaper goes down. That's game. That's game. The Reaper got caught. The Reaper goes down. As you mentioned, if ByuN loses that first Reaper, that is it. And Cure will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Cure will take a lead. Now, I thought that ByuN saw the Reaper, and he kind of did. If you remember, ByuN, he was rallied in, and the Reaper did see the Reaper of Cure, but ByuN clearly did not, because ByuN, he kept checking. He rallied towards the top side, so it looks like it was just a rally, like as in ByuN just rallied the Reaper to the triangular third, then the linear third, and he did not notice the Reaper itself. There would have been like a minuscule blip on the minimap, but clearly he did not notice the Reaper, so he didn't see, he didn't pre-pull the boys, he did not go back home with the Reaper, he got caught. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very, very intense moment. It was not, I wouldn't say that was a build order win. As I mentioned, ByuN had the ability to defend, but it all came down to the reaction. It all came down to the reaction, and it all came down to those split-second decisions, and alas, in the end, Cure takes the win. Cure does take the win. And now we're getting into game number 2. And I'm hoping for a longer game. I'm hoping for a back and forth, but this is how Korean TvT goes. Korean TvT can be very intense and very short. I wouldn't be surprised if now it is ByuN's turn to proxy. That is how it often goes, where if one player proxies in game 1, we often see like a reactive proxy in game 2. So we'll see if ByuN moves out with the SCV. Oh boy. As again, I was hoping for a longer series, but here we go. We are getting in, and spawning in the bottom right, sorry, the top right hand corner of Amygdala, we have our South Korean Terran player suddenly down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back, and we'll see if he can make a series out of it. Oh no, he's doing it again. It is ByuN for Shopify. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid, moving out with the proxy racks. It is Cure. Leading the series here 1-0, and he's going for the same build. So we have the same proxy 2-Rex out of Cure. ByuN, we're on Amygdala. What are the odds that you get proxy 2 games in a row? If ByuN goes ranks expand again, we could be in the same situation. We'll see if ByuN goes for a second gas geyser. We'll see if ByuN plays it safe. But the problem is we're on Amygdala. Amygdala is a larger map. There is a smaller chance that your opponent is going to be proxying. There it is, double gas opener. Safe build here by ByuN. Now, this isn't an automatic hold, but now there is more room for error. Now there's more room for error here. The reasoning for this is because the factory this time will be done and there's a Hellion that's going to be in production. So there's going to be a bit of a timer as to how effective the Reapers are going to be, because there's going to be a faster Hellion and the Hellion should be able to defend. I say should. There is a world where if Cure catches the first Reaper and if he's able to catch the first Hellion, then he can just end the game. But I'm assuming that ByuN, he will be able to pull off the defense this time. Really, the question becomes how many SCVs will be killed. It isn't about if ByuN is going to die or not, it's about what is the economic game state going to be looking like as we expand and get into the natural. Remember, this is not an all-in. As I tried to emphasize last game, this is 2x Reaper. You can transition out of this into a factory, into a CC, into a longer game. It just has the potential to end the game. And here we go. Reapers are amassing. ByuN, he does throw down the spotter depot. He is looking for the proxies. He will check the triangular third location, and we'll see where he goes from here. This time he's being more attentive. Yeah, you can see this time. No, right? Yeah, he sees. This time he knows. He scouts. This time he is aware of what's happening. He pulls away, and from here we have the Hellion in production. We should be ready to pull the boys. This time this should be a cleaner defense by ByuN. As the SCV, the first one does go down. First one does fall. The Reaper takes a lot of hits. The boys are being pulled. CC is going to be delayed. Second Reaper has arrived, and one Reaper gets, oh, not locked down. Whew. Curie gets away. And again, as we mentioned, the question right now is how many SCV kills. Not about whether he can kill ByuN, but about how many SCVs he can kill. So far, 3 SCVs. He does delay the command center. Back at home, Curie is transitioning out of this into his own factory, into an eventual command center as well. So again, the game is progressing. ByuN is getting his natural. Here he slips into the mineral line, going for more SCVs. At least trying to. Oh. Doesn't commit. Yeah, nice positioning here from Cure. But now there's 2 Hellions. Has to pull out. Has to pull away. Oh. And right now it's about containing and picking up any kind of key units here. Getting another SCV. Oh, well, he will lose a Reaper. He commits to the fight. Yeah, he's going to trade. Bit of a rough trade there from Cure. He trades 2 for 2, 2 Reapers for 2 Reapers, but he has gotten 4 SCVs so far, and again, he has heavily delayed the command center. Back at home, CC on location. Again, Cure, he has to delay the command center for ByuN long enough to get his own base up and running. And then we can get into the mid game. As you can see, the Raxes are floating back home. At least one is, the other is moving in for a scout, and the game will continue. Yeah, as Debo goes down, nice pickoff. Very nice pickoff. So he does force his opponent back. Nice lock on, takes out another Reaper. ByuN might be tired after staying up 48 hours. He is a degen. Not that much of a degen, but ByuN is a degen, confirmed. But we have seen Cure take down like a well-rested ByuN before. Like in TvT, I would say that Cure and ByuN are very competitive with each other, if not even slightly Cure favored, as they often go back and forth. Tank volley going off so far. Cure, he does defend back at home. Nice tank boys, but SCV is going to be going down. Likewise, Reapers are getting to the main, and workers are falling left and right from both players. Nice control here out of Cure. Ooh, nice KDA charges, getting another SCV. Getting 7 SCV kills. As he does pull away. Back at home, Cure defends. Cure, he defends, he attacks. Cure, he comes out ahead. Now, as the dust settles, what is the economic game state? ByuN, he has 23 SCVs. Cure, he's on 29. So Cure, he does take an economic lead, and Cure double expands. Greedy move here, very greedy by Cure, double expanding. He's ahead in SCVs, he's now ahead in bases, but ByuN is going to counterattack. What is ByuN going for? Cloak Banshee. I should say, sorry, regular Banshee. We have Banshees on the way here for ByuN. Banshees that have a lot of potential in this matchup to get damage done. Banshee towards that natural, but there's a safety Cyclone. Yeah, safety Cyclone to defend. If this was Cloak Banshee, then maybe could have a little bit more potential. But Curie should be okay. Should be okay, should be fine. He's building up his Ravens, building up his energy on that for Interference Matrix, getting ready for his third base. Cure is in a much better position here. And ByuN instead has a massive army. Banshee dips in, gets an SCV. Where's the Cyclone? Yeah, Cyclone's out of position. Getting one SCV and denying mining time. Very nicely done. And here comes the push. And this is, I wouldn't say a 2-base all-in exactly, but this is very committed. Very committed on 2 bases. We can see ByuN going for a massive Doom drop. Again, Cure has a greater economy. If the game goes on longer, Cure will get ahead. Meanwhile, ByuN is here to end the game. He's here to end the game. And ByuN does have a massive army, that is true, but Cure, he has disables. Remember, he has 2 Ravens. He has 2 Ravens. He has Interference Matrix. Doom drop into the main. Cure, how fast does he respond? Pulls away, pulls the boys. Boys are pulled away. ByuN, he will siege in the main base. Raven taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. Gas guys is going to be going down. Here come those disables. He gets one. He gets both. He does get both tanks. Ravens, they pull away. ByuN moving in position. And ByuN, he should clean this up. Oh, the disables are about to run out though. Disables run out. 1 tank left. Vikings overwhelmed. They take down the Raven. Yeah, some brutal losses here. Both Ravens go down and rough losses for Cure. At the same time, tank sieging up at the natural. And Cure, he barely didn't have enough to defend. It's close. Has to pull the boys once again. Tanks are being targeted down. Cure will hold. Cure, he does hold on, but takes a lot of losses. ByuN getting his 3rd CC on location. ByuN, he has to pull away. And what is the state looking like here? So, on the one hand, what was impressive to me is that Cure didn't really lose many SCVs. He didn't lose many workers here in the defense. You can see here, 2 SCVs. Only 2 SCVs went down. So Cure, he maintains a better economy. He still has a higher SCV count, and he is going for his 3rd base. So, still better economy for Cure. When it comes to the army here, I would have favored Cure if he saved the Ravens. But the Raven count was reset. He lost every single Raven in the defense. Oh, nice dim. Nice catch. Takes down a tank, takes down a Viking. ByuN overextends. A big overextension here by ByuN. ByuN, he will lose everything. Now, I was about to say that ByuN had the better army up until that moment. Now, suddenly, looking at the units tab here, ByuN, he has a higher tank count, he has a higher Viking count, but he has a much lower Marine count. And Stim is done. So Cure, he can make up for his lower tech army by getting into mineral lines, by diving on some forces. We're getting into a back and forth here, but ByuN, there's still a lot of pressure on the Red Terran to recover, as he just now finishes up his command center. Meanwhile, Cure, he's fully saturated here mineral-wise, and he has the extra mules as well. So Cure is still ahead. He's still ahead. He's moving out. Now, when it comes to this next attack, I'm really concerned for ByuN. Again, ByuN has a higher tank count, but they're spread out, and they're isolated. We have 3 tanks split in between the bases. We have the 2nd tank moving a little bit closer here, but as you can see, there's no buffer. There's nothing to support the tanks. So these tanks are vulnerable, they're exposed, and Cure can stim in. Nat scout by ByuN. ByuN, he does confirm the army. He's aware. There's a scan. Cure does see the tanks. And Cure does he stim forward. He's tempted. But now wreaking havoc in the mineral line. Marines, they up. Oh, they don't quite make it in. ByuN has stim, but he's lacking upgrades. There's a stim. Yeah, Cure goes for it. He goes to the tanks, and he should get at least one. Boys are being pulled. A mineral line goes down. He gets one of the tanks. He gets one, and he might be able to get both as well. Ooh, barely pulls away. But this is game-ending damage. This is already game-ending here. ByuN, he will lose 17 SCVs and 1 tank. ByuN, he was already behind economically. Now even more so. And even though Cure did lose a tank and lose some army trying to push in, Cure, he can afford it. He just has, with a better economy, he can afford these trades. And Cure, he's about to snowball out of control. He's about to snowball out of control here. ByuN is in trouble. And at this point, it might just be a numbers game. Tanks are good defensively, but they're not that good. As the drop is stemming in. Does push forward. Gets one of the tanks. Boys are being pulled once again. Now, ByuN, he will barely hold here, but he will once again lose another 16 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. ByuN is treading water, but at what cost? Every single time he loses an entire mineral line. We'll lose all those SCVs. ByuN, he does catch one of the medevacs. We can see Cure moving in with a second army. Again, ByuN doing everything he can to survive here at his third base, but that was only half the army. The other half on the right. Drop into the main. Cure getting a little bit wasteful here. He does throw away a drop. Does throw away a medevac. Meanwhile, we do see ByuN, he can respond in time. Cure, he has to get out of here. He has to get out. And he will pull away successfully. Now, if Cure committed here, then ByuN could recover if Cure just threw away units. If he throws away medevacs, if he throws away drops, then ByuN can bounce back. Otherwise, Cure should be the first to max out. And Cure, he escapes with a double drop. He pulls away. Likewise, he's also ahead in upgrades. So he's ahead in economy. He's ahead in upgrades. Getting into 2-2. And building up his army. Getting a 4th command center. Sorry, getting a 5th. He's already on 4 base saturation. He's now getting a 5th base. ByuN going for the gold. Now, the gold base is a way to recover, but the gold base is also very exposed. So it's a very risky base here for ByuN. But because ByuN is so far behind, I mean, he needs the gold, right? It's one of the only ways for him to recover in this game. So the gold base is necessary. Cure is moving in. Looking at the armies, we have an even tank count. So Cure is ahead in medevacs. Cure, he's ahead in bio. He's ahead in upgrades. He has a 2-2 advantage over the 1-1 of ByuN. Now, ByuN is going to be pre-siege, so he will have the defender's advantage here. That is true. As Cure is going to be moving into siege tanks. And first tank is going up. Army stems in. Does get the first tank. Does get the second. Oh, both tanks go down. A brutal loss is going for the CC. CC crumbles as well. Massive pickoff. GG gets called. And Cure, he will take the series 2-0. Advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played, Cure. He pops off. Again, successful proxy 2x Reaper in game 1 and relatively successful in game 2 as well. Again, as we were emphasizing, 2x Reaper is not an all-in. As you saw, Cure, he was able to transition out of that into a better economic game state in game number 2. But if you remember, he also got a lot of SCV kills. I want to say he killed like 7. He killed like 7+ SCVs at the start of the game. He delayed the command center heavily for ByuN as well. He did beautifully when it came to his Reaper aggression and his Reaper damage, and it just became too much. And the reality is that after that lead, Cure, he never lost it. We saw that ByuN had potential with his drop into the main, and even though he did a lot of damage, after that drop got cleaned up, remember, ByuN, he was still down in workers and still down in bases. Like, despite the damage, it was not enough. It was not enough there from ByuN. And with that, Cure, he did snowball out of control. He maintained his lead, and now we're getting ready for the grand finals. Getting ready for the grand finals. It's going to be a ZVT between Rogue and Cure. Let's go.